Hi, this is your Houston chiropractor, Dr. Gregory Johnson, and today is October the 29th, 2018. And I have some very significant news for you today that is much, much bigger than myself or what we do here at Advanced Chiropractic Relief. It involves you and your choice and your freedom of choice of healthcare providers. Texas chiropractors are leading the healthcare evolution in the state of Texas, but not only in Texas, because we've had an old saying here for a long time, and so has other states: whatever happens in Texas won't stay in Texas. We are right now producing a feature-length documentary on the Texas Chiropractors Evolution in Healthcare. And you know, the evolution of healthcare has been going on since the beginning days of medicine, and it's been evolving from frontal lobotomies to leeches to opioids now and surgeries. I mean, the situation is that we as chiropractors in the state of Texas are battling against the Texas Medical Association, suing the Texas Board of Chiropractic Examiners for our rights to diagnose and take patients in on a primary portal of entry healthcare delivery system rather than having to be referred in by a medical doctor. Right now, as the law stands, you can come see me directly or any other Texas chiropractor directly from your own freedom of choice. You don't have to have a referral from an MD to come see us. We are primary healthcare providers. And you know, this whole mess started way back in 1963 when the AMA formed a committee known as the AMA's Committee on Quackery, and its whole purpose was to contain and eliminate the chiropractic profession. And their memos stated in 1976, now remember this was formed in 1963, so the AMA has been doing everything politically and with their doctors. It was unethical for a medical doctor to accept a referral from a chiropractor, and it was unethical for a medical doctor to refer a patient to a chiropractor, according to the AMA's memos and their membership. And in 1976, the AMA memo went on to say that it is on its way to containing chiropractic by filing ethics complaints to Texas State Board of Chiropractic Examiners and other State Board of Chiropractic Examiners against chiropractic licensees, and also filing complaints against MDs who worked with chiropractors, filing complaints against them as being unethical. Now, there's a big thing that occurred in 1971. 4 chiropractors in the city of Chicago sued the AMA, the American Medical Association, in a lawsuit called Wilk versus AMA. Now, Wilk versus AMA was the very first and most important lawsuit for chiropractic against the American Medical Association, the most powerful association for medicine in the United States. Texas Medical Association is the second most powerful medical association in the United States, and it's right here in Texas, and they are coming after us as chiropractors. But not only are they coming after us, they're coming after you, the citizens of the state of Texas. And you know what? If they prevail here in Texas, it's not just going to stay here in Texas. It's going to go to New York and California and New Jersey and Nevada and Arizona and Ohio and Indiana and Illinois. This is not going to stop in the state of Texas. So why should what's happening here in Texas interest you or involve you, because if the TMA prevails in these lawsuits that they have sued the Texas Board of Chiropractic Examiners on multiple fronts, trying to diminish our right to do needle EMGs, manipulation under anesthesia, diagnosis, and acupuncture. Those have all been lawsuits filed against the Texas Board of Chiropractic Examiners by the Texas Medical Association, and they have prevailed in the district court level of winning those lawsuits up in Austin from a judge who was going to retire. So she didn't really care if her decisions got overturned. It's now in the appellate court's decision right now. So we're waiting on the appellate court decision, and if it goes towards the TMA, we are going to appeal it to the Supreme Court. If the TMA loses, I'm sure they're going to appeal it to the Supreme Court, Texas Supreme Court as well. So we are in a battle for protecting your rights to choose the type of healthcare delivery system that you want to receive. You know, I was just reading some statistics from the NCBI, which is the National Committee on Biotechnology Information, that publishes information for NIH, National Institutes of Health, PubMed, which is a public free medical research library that is available to you online and in libraries. And there was an interesting study in there. You know, right now in medicine, I'm going to call it in medicine today, we view that as chiropractors as more sick care rather than health care. There are over 46 people, according to the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control, there are more than 46 people per day that are dying of opioid overdoses. And that's just the reported ones. That doesn't include all the street opioids that are being used and the illegal fentanyl and other narcotics that are being sold on the black market. Those are just cases that have been reported to the CDC. 46 per day. You know, the very biggest risk in chiropractic, and it's so minuscule that you will find this laughable, is that the biggest complication that could occur in a condition of death in chiropractic is the vertebral basilar artery stroke. And this injury happens in only 818 people out of 100 million person years, and only in people that are 45 years of age or older. And that's according to the NCBI, National Center for Biotechnology Information. And that doesn't say that chiropractic is responsible for those 818 out of 100 million person years, which I'm not even sure what that means, but that's a lot. The odds of dying of opioid overdose or a prescription side effect that could kill you are much, much higher than getting a chiropractic adjustment. See, chiropractic is all about natural healing. We are adjusting the spine that affects the influence of the nervous system over its control of the bodily functions, and every organ, muscle, tissue, and cell in the body is supplied by the nervous system. And all we're doing in chiropractic is finding and detecting the vertebral subluxation complex, which is a misalignment of one or more levels of the spine, affecting the neurological output coming from that particular region of the spine, supplying your organs, muscles, tissues, and cells. So we are removing interference by adjusting the spine. Now, you see me, I do different techniques in here. There's chiropractors all over the state of Texas and all over the United States that have various techniques that they use, but they're all chiropractic adjustments designed to correct the vertebral subluxation complex and allow the body to function at a higher level of efficiency through an improved nervous system function, through the spinal cord and the intervertebral foramen where the nerve exits the spinal cord and comes out, which is what we influence when we adjust people's spines with our hands. We're not putting anything into the body or taking anything out of the body, which is what happens when you take medication or have surgery. You take medication, you're putting other external things inside of your body, trying to create a chemical change. And I can assure you that the L5 vertebra that has a degenerated disc and is pinching on the S1 nerve root coming out of your lumbar spine cannot be corrected by taking a pill. It cannot have a chemical correction. All they're doing with prescribing these narcotics and these opioids are hiding the symptoms. And guess what? It doesn't do that for very long. People start getting used to taking these opioids over a period of time. They become less efficient, and the person needs to take more and more and more. And then what happens is they start getting rebound pain, which is even more significant than the original pain. So we're shooting this full-length documentary that's going to be done by the Sager Group out of California. And there are going to be many prominent chiropractors from all over the United States and the state of Texas, including our own Texas Chiropractic Association president, Devin Pettit, myself, Dr. Dan Murphy out of California, and Dr. Dale White out of Fort Worth. He's also the ACA secretary and works on legislative affairs in Washington, D.C. The importance of this documentary is to get the right information out to you, the people who make decisions about your health care. So why is Texas Chiropractors important for you to pay attention to? Because what happens here in the state of Texas in the course of the next year or 2 years is going to determine your freedom of choice of the type of health care that you would like to receive. If Texas Medical Association prevails in these lawsuits against the Texas Board of Chiropractic Examiners and Texas Medical Board prevails, chiropractors will have to have a referral from a medical doctor for you to come see me as a patient. That's not right. They make the diagnosis, they write the prescription just like they would their pills, only they write for chiropractic. Right, like that's ever going to happen. You heard right here, the AMA's already laid down directions for them that it's unethical for them to participate in a care program with a medical doctor and a chiropractor. You know, there used to be an old saying down here from the Texas Medical Association that they weren't going to be happy until every chiropractor was at the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico. Well, I can tell you right now, I'm a scuba diver and I can hang out there for a long time. So we are going to fight this lawsuit to the Supreme Court if necessary, and we are going to prevail because there's an evolution in healthcare going on now. People are getting smarter about healthcare choices. They're choosing more natural forms of healthcare, which are non-medicine and non-surgical, as opposed to the traditional orthodox medical model. When you go in to see your primary port of entry, your primary care physician, medical doctor, you go in, you tell him what's wrong with you. How many times have you actually had them get up out of their chair and examine you like I examine my patients, or all the other Texas chiropractors examine our patients with orthopedic neurological evaluations, palpatory examinations, biomechanical configuration examination, x-rays and biomechanics. You know, how many times do they actually even put their hands on you and examine you or test your reflexes or test your muscle strength and things that you see us doing in here every single day? You know, we take blood pressure and vitals too, just like they do. But blood pressure and vitals is not going to diagnose or treat your vertebral subluxation complex in the spine or the pelvis. That's what we do in chiropractic, is we analyze and examine and then detect and correct vertebral subluxation complexes through a variety of means: history, examination, orthopedic neurological exams, chiropractic examinations, palpatory examinations, and radiographic evidence such as x-rays or MRIs or CT scans, which we use and we see on patients every single day, not only in this office, but offices all over the state of Texas. Like I said at the beginning of this is much bigger than about me, your Houston chiropractor. This is about your choice of healthcare providers, which you want to take yourself and or your family members to. Your freedom of choice is being challenged here. And we're going to get you all the facts and all the information in this documentary so that you can make some informed decisions. You know, the only thing that can kill this evolution in healthcare for Texas chiropractors is apathy. If people don't care, including you guys, Texas chiropractors, the only thing that's going to slow down the progress of this evolution in healthcare is apathy. That means sitting back, waiting for something to happen, not really taking any proactive steps towards making it happen. I have commissioned this documentary to be done along with some other prominent Texas chiropractors, and it is going to be a documentary that can be put on Netflix. We have a literary agent working on getting it on Netflix and on Amazon. But it's going to be very informative and it's going to be factual. And you're going to hear from a bunch of different doctors, patients who have had their lives changed by getting off opioid, narcotic medication, saving their marriage, saving their lives, not having to have surgery because they've had chiropractic care. So if you want to choose the type of health care that you receive in the future, I would like to ask you to help us fund this documentary. I have started a GoFundMe account, and I will put that hyperlink in this video. I have already put down a substantial amount of money myself funding the production of this documentary. There's a couple other chiropractors that have put forth the effort and the money to fund it, but we need your help. We need other chiropractors' helps from around the United States, because what stays in Texas, or what happens in Texas, is not going to stay in Texas. We need your help. We need to unify as a profession to protect the rights of the citizens of the state of Texas and the United States. I mean, the Supreme Court has already come down in our favor, saying that the AMA was in violation of the antitrust law, which is the Sherman Act. And we prevailed in that Supreme Court decision where the federal judge ruled against the AMA and found that they were in fact in violation of the Sherman antitrust lawsuit. Well, it comes down to the same thing. This is all about money. This is all about the Texas Medical Association wanting to maintain control over all the healthcare dollars in the state of Texas. And you know what? This is your money. This is your life, and it is your choice. So you have the choice of sitting back and doing nothing and just letting this all happen and letting the TMA buy their way into another victory, or you can stand up and say, enough is enough. We are Americans. We want freedom of choice of our chiropractic care versus medical care. If we want to go to a chiropractor, we're going to go to them first, not a medical doctor. If we want to go to a medical doctor, not a chiropractor, you have that choice too. But don't you want the choice? This is a thing that's taking away the choice for you to make for you and your family, and the benefits of you receiving the type of health care that you want to receive. So join us, the Texas chiropractors, in this evolution of healthcare going forward, because healthcare is evolving into a more natural, drug-free, surgery-free type of healing that is just moving across America. People are getting tired of this opioid epidemic. They're getting do you know that Johns Hopkins University published a study last year and found out that the third leading cause of death in this country is medical mistakes? That's people dying in hospitals from from negligence or taking medication that was not prescribed properly, taking too much medication, overdosing, various medical mistakes. But out of all of the different things, medicine was the third leading cause of death in this country, according to Johns Hopkins Medical School University up in Baltimore. And they are a very large organization, and they did this study scientifically and showed statistically significant numbers that showed that medicine is the third leading cause of death in this country. I am coming to you as your Houston chiropractor, as an individual Texas Chiropractic Association member. I'm not speaking on behalf of the Texas Chiropractic Association, but I am speaking to Texas chiropractors and Texas chiropractic patients and the public here in the state of Texas, because your rights are being threatened, and I don't think you even know about it. So don't let apathy kill one of the most beneficial and unique forms of healthcare delivery in this country, and that is chiropractic care. It's the largest non-medical, non-surgical healthcare delivery system in this country, and in the state of Texas, we are strong, but we need your help. So I'm going to be leaving a link on this video also to a Texas Chiropractic Association video done by Jeff Williams of the Texas Chiropractic Association, one of the directors. And he does a timeline of all these lawsuits. And it's very interesting. You should watch it, because it will blow you away of how the AMA and the TMA and the Texas Medical Board have all colluded to try to contain and eliminate the chiropractic profession and take away your rights to come see us first. And you have that right now. Let's keep it that way. I will keep you updated on the progress of this documentary. I want to thank you for donating to our GoFundMe account. I'm only asking for an additional $25,000 to help us fund this project, and it's very important. And by the way, if you fund this GoFundMe account for this Texas documentary that we're doing, your name will appear in the credits as with a special thanks from the Texas Chiropractors to you, and it will appear in the credits at the end of the documentary. So anybody that donates $1,000 or more will be mentioned in the credits of this documentary. This will be taking place over the course of the next several months, and I will be giving you updates all along the way. But I wanted to start this conversation with you this evening and get the ball rolling on you doing something besides sitting back and just letting all this happen. Apathy is the only thing that can slow down or kill this evolution in healthcare. And the Texas chiropractors are going to take the bull by the horns, as we say here in Houston, and we're going to drive this healthcare delivery system into the future and evolve healthcare the way it's already evolving, with people taking control of their own healthcare choices, not letting their medical doctor decide every single thing for them. This is your Houston chiropractor, Dr. Gregory Johnson, coming to you from Advanced Chiropractic Relief in Houston, Texas. And we thank you all for your support and your attention, and we'll look forward to hearing from you soon. See y'all next time.